Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today I'm going to read Surah Al-Ma'un. Uh, Al-Ma'un, Surah Al-Ma'un is in 30th para. It's Surah number 107. It's supposed to be, it says it's a Makki Surah, but when you read inside Surah, it feels like that, the actual content is from Medina or Madni. So we'll talk about that in a minute. This surah has got seven ayats. There are seven verses for this surah. And this surah does talk about the people who do not uh, who might be reading prayers, who might be reading namaz, and but they don't really look at other the duties or the rights of other people. Let's start reading. I mean, it's a learning for myself as well. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Ara'ayta allazi yukazzibu bid-din. Uh, have you seen a person who rejects the day of judgment, who rejects the actual religion? I mean, the actual faith. I mean, who actually denies the recompense. Uh, فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يُدُلُّ الْيَتِيمَ. That the same person is actually the same person who actually denies or who drives away from the rights of orphans, who does not give poor their rights. He doesn't really care about them. He does not take responsibility of those people. وَلَا يُهْدُ طُعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ. Tu'am stands for feeding, and this person, it does not encourage the feeding of poor. Uh, the actual essence of Islam is actually looking after the poor people. I mean, this person does not really care about that, and he doesn't feel the responsibility of it. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Now, there's a real sadness, there's a great sorrow that for their prayers. Why? الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Because they don't really care. They're heedless about their prayers. They don't really care about their prayers. I mean, how they're read. الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. Because it's all a show off. Those who make the show of prayers, uh, they're like hypocrites. I mean, they join you in the prayer, but just to show off that we are here, but they don't really do that with the real effort. وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ. And they withhold assistance. The word ma'un is from mu'awin, which means assistance, help. Now, if we look at this surah, I mean, this surah does talk about the people who, first of all, they do not understand the real essence, the real uh, teaching of Islam, which means that they show off while they are praying. They do not care about people who are poor. They take away the rights of orphans. So there's a real worry about these people. The reason this surah sounds like to be Madani is because when Muslims were in Mecca, they were not in a power to have congregational prayers. They could not read Bajamat Namaz. Uh, in fact, the situation was quite worrying for Muslims. But when they were in Medina, Muslims got certain power, and then there were certain people who actually will come and they will show off that they are a part of Islam or Islamic society or Muslims, but in reality they were not. And there is I mean there is obviously a punishment for these people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the best, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us the understanding of Quran. Jazakallah khair.